face of my conscience.
February 18th, 2023. It's 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's time for This Week in Waukesha. I'm your host, Downtown Donnie Brown, coming to you live and local from the office of former Alderman Don Paul Brown, also known as the Walk Radio Studios here at 217 Wisconsin Avenue here in the NAMI building, right around the corner from Theodore Youmans Park, where we are proud to honor our suffragette heritage here in the Shaw. It's a beautiful, sunny Saturday morning in spite of the temperatures being not as high as we'd like them, but at least shows a little bit of promise of spring as we see some of the snow start to deteriorate or melt, if that's the more accurate term. So I am very honored to have as my guest this morning the Vice President of Community of Engagement for La Casa de Esparanza, Pilar Wadina. Pilar, welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm great.
Terrific.
It's an honor to be here.
Great. And so one of the reasons, a couple of reasons Maria is here is we want to put an end to one of Waukesha's best-kept secret, which is this wonderful agency with a long history here in Waukesha, La Casa de Esparanza, and a big first step for all of you interested, looking to support a community organization is the gala you have coming up on. Is it March 4th?
Correct.
All right. And is that 2 weeks from today? Did I get that right?
It's exactly 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today, and there's still seats available. It's there at the main center in the school gym.
Correct. Yes, we still have seats available, and we might be able to squeeze a sponsorship or two in there too. So if anybody is interested, please reach out.
And you're getting in front of a lot of great leaders in the community. I know our mayor, Sean Riley, he never misses the gala.
Nope, he's always there.
State Representative Scott Allen and his lovely wife, Angela, will be there.
Correct. They are usually there. This year's event is Hawaiian themed.
Nice.
So we're very excited. Every year it's very formal. We're excited about the new theme this year and hoping everybody brings their best Hawaiian attire and a little more fun and casual. So we're looking forward to that.
And hopefully in early March we start to see a little bit of signs of spring, so that'll make it even more fun. So.
Yes.
Or if it continues to be lousy and cold, it'll be a nice little escape.
Bring a little sunshine into the gym of our community center at La Casa de Esparanza. Yes,
that's fun. So it's instead of a black tie type of formal like stiff suit thing, you get to dress up. You're getting Hawaiian gear,
Hawaiian shirts, khakis, whatever,
flip flops,
whatever sounds fun.
You can fill the gym floor with sand, maybe, or is that a little too ostentatious?
Actually, our president and CEO Sherry Campbell really wanted us to.
I love it.
She's like, gosh, we need to bring the beach somehow.
That's right. So, great idea. So maybe put in a few little sandboxes and baby pools,
Yeah, there you go.
Dipping your feet. Oh, that's wonderful. I think it's a great idea. And what else can people expect at the gala? What are some other fun offerings?
So we will have a live auction. This year, we typically have a silent auction. This year, we're doing raffle baskets instead, just trying something a little bit different. And we do have a Raise the Paddle, which we started about 5-6 years ago, and it's been a great way to get the crowd involved and really to increase funding for the gala.
Sure. And what is Raise the Paddle? What does that mean?
Raise the Paddle is where we start bidding at or
Oh, that paddle. Okay.
Correct. So, we'll start it at a certain amount, and then people just generously give. And it's a great it's just a great event because we do have really good success. The other thing too that we're doing this year that I'm so excited about is every year we have an MC. This year our middle schoolers are the MCs.
Okay.
So we have 3 middle schoolers, and I think that's just going to bring so much to the event, not only from this perspective of showcasing our middle schoolers, but our middle school opened in 2015. Not our middle school, I'm sorry. The school opened in 2015 with K4 and K5. So these middle schoolers are now in 6th and 7th grade.
I love it.
And so they're going to be, these are our donors that are participating. And the great thing about it is now they get to see the kids that they believed in. They believed in the school. And now this is these are the benefits we're reaping because
love
they're
it.
doing great. So
That's great.
thrilled and excited about that.
Sure.
We also do an Esperanza Award,
Oh, nice.
which goes to a family, or in this case, it's going to be two families.
Okay.
That have used La Casa as a stepping stone
Terrific.
to better their lives.
Okay.
So we're going to be showcasing some families from the charter school.
Oh, nice.
And then our Legacy Award, which is going to the Mallinger family
Nice.
this year.
Great fit.
Oh, they're fantastic. So
I love it. Oh, that's terrific. That'd be exciting. Now, full disclosure, my wife, Melissa, works on the school side there
yes.
as, I forgot, director of curriculum.
Correct.
I always get that mixed up. And she gets to work close. And we've had your executive principal, Pascual Rodriguez, on the show here twice
Okay.
to promote the school, but also his book that he has out. It's a great read, too. I was really glad I got to read that. And but now we have you, and so we can add. So as you said, unfortunately, La Casa is one of the better kept secrets here in Waukesha. For those who aren't aware, tell us what the mission of La Casa de Esperanza is.
It's to better the lives of those less fortunate. But basically, what we want to do for the community is to not give them a handout, but giving them a hand up. Like I've always said, we're Waukesha, our community, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And, we need to be there to help those less fortunate. And I think we've done such a marvelous job with building equity for everybody. And,
Love it.
our goal is to be out of a job
Yeah.
because everybody is,
I love it.
So
Sure.
we would love to work ourselves out of a job.
Sure. Terrific. And you have it's not just the school, there's a variety of different programs. We'll get to that in a second, but Calvin's been bothering me about putting this announcement. It's rather time sensitive. So at 10 o'clock this morning at Pewaukee High School, just not far from here, we have 9 Waukesha South black shirt wrestlers that have advanced to the sectionals. A win today, as I understand correctly, will then send them to state competition. Last year we had 2 black shirts. This year, obviously, we want to add more. And so we want to wish the very best of success to Jimmy Wallenberg at the 126-pound weight, who is the regional champion in the regionals. Christian Smith at 160 pounds, who finished 4th in regionals. Justin Sweetie Geezy, the athlete formerly known as Primetime, will be competing in the 170-pound class. Israel Albatur, who finished 3rd in regionals, is the 182-pound, representing us in that weight division. Giovanni Patlin, who finished 4th in regionals, at the 195-pound. And Robert Savicle at 220 pounds, who was a champ at regionals. And then my very good friend, C.J. Johnson, who was on his way to St. Thomas in Minnesota on a football scholarship, along with his teammate, fellow captain, Tak Tadioka. C.J. Johnson, who finished 2nd in regionals, will be in the 285-pound class, the heavyweight class. So, and then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention 2 young ladies, Charlotte Range and Adriana Bach, who's affectionately known to our friends as Kai. They will also be competing in today's sectional. So best of luck to all those young men and women today. And it starts at 10, so I just want to let everybody know there's still time to get there and cheer on our black shirts. So now back to Maria Wadina and La Casa de Esparanza. So in addition to the school, which I believe to be a wonderful school, there are some other programs. I know there's the weatherization program.
Correct. We have the largest weatherization program in the state of Wisconsin.
Wow.
And that's where we go in and audit homes that are typically low-income homes. You have to qualify for the program. And, whether it's insulation, we go in there to mitigate energy costs.
Okay.
So we try to, the goal is to improve costs by 30% for their bills.
Okay.
Their energy bills, and it could be insulation, it could be new appliances, it could be a water boiler. It's spectacular, and it could just be something as simple as light bulbs that need to be replaced and are more energy efficient.
Okay. Love it.
We also have our Center for Financial Stability, which is right down the road
I
here.
saw that. I drove by there as I get my coffee on Saturday mornings at Katrina Cafe. Have you been there yet?
Yes, I have.
Love it.
Yes.
And Judith takes great care of me. She's always there on Saturday mornings. An aspiring medical student, a sophomore at Catholic Memorial High School. So be sure to say hi to Judith for me if you're going in there this morning. And makes a great cup of coffee, and the whole team there. So I want to have the two owners, who are also Carroll University graduates, on the show, hopefully soon.
That's excellent.
So.
Yeah, so our building is right there. That was a First Federal building. They donated the building to us.
Oh, okay.
So we are very lucky, and it's odd that we ended up with a bank building because it has a drive-through, and that was that gave us the
It's a great
ability.
fit.
Yes, during COVID, that gave us the ability to do taxes through
Right.
the drive-through window.
Sure.
So we were able to serve so many people in the community, even during COVID and
Okay.
during the shutdown.
Sure. That's
So
fantastic.
that was so we do free tax service, which is our VITA, volunteer income tax service.
Terrific.
We do about 1,500 taxes a year,
Okay.
and we're also doing them virtual, and we still use the drive-through and in person. And we're able, because we're doing the virtual, we're able to cover, I believe it's about 26 counties
Wow.
in the state of Wisconsin that
Okay.
we cover for that. We are also HUD certified, so we help folks who are first-time home buyers.
Okay.
We offer the classes right in there. They've been doing virtual classes.
Sure.
I believe we've had about 109 participants in the
Okay.
last year with the HUD certified classes, and we've had 34 homeowners.
Oh, great.
So new homes. So it's a brand new program. It started about 2 years ago,
Sure.
and it's really taking off.
Okay.
We also
love it.
have low-income housing for
Okay.
seniors right off of Sunset.
Okay. Terrific. So hold on to that, Maria. When we come back for the break, we're going to continue talking about the wonderful programs at La Casa de Esperanza, as well as learn a little bit more about our friend Maria Wadina when This Week in Waukesha continues. Do not go away.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Give it up. Oh, oh. Share it out. Help who you can. Help who you can. Talk about it. Talk about it. Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over.
Hey, we're back This Week in Waukesha, and that is Jimmy Cliff with Many Rivers to Cross. Calvin, are you a big Jimmy Cliff fan?
I can't say that I am, but this song is pretty good.
You have so much to learn. There's a movie he made, too, called The Harder They Come, which was like one of his greatest hits, one of the great songs, too. But check that out sometime. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. But, hey, I just thought it'd be one of my favorite tunes and a great fit for this being Black History Month. And, as you know, La Casa de Esperanza, I'm here with Maria Wadina, Vice President of Engagement for La Casa de Esperanza. And she was just explaining the different programs in addition to the wonderful charter school, which I have a close connection to, familial connection. But with La Casa doesn't just serve our Latino community, but other communities, and not just of color, too. But there is a growing kind of African-American segment, correct, in the
Correct.
La Casa community, yeah.
Correct. Yes, we. So a little bit of the history of La Casa. It started as it was three families that were seeing that there was a lot of injustices done to the Latino population that was moving into Waukesha back in 1955, and they realized that something was wrong, and they kept going to their pastors saying, this is happening, there's a lot of discrimination. And so the pastor said, well, do something about it. And they did, and they purchased a little house off of Ryan Street, and they started a program for 4-year-olds where they were teaching them English and almost like a daycare during the summer. And that morphed into the parents wanted to learn English, and so they had standing room only ESL classes, and it just kind of went from there. And so originally you had to be Latino to seek services and get services from La Casa, but now 57 years later, here we are, and we're still, we service the whole community as a whole.
Right.
It doesn't matter what your skin color is or your background.
Sure.
Primarily, we do have in most of our programs at least 50% Latino currently.
Okay.
But most of our in our charter school, you see a little bit of everything, and I think that's what makes our school so unique and so beautiful, that it's so diverse. And we do have a dual language program, which is such a great program in terms of seeing these little kids. I've seen some Asian children reading in Spanish, and it just warms my heart. So just a wonderful environment. Not only for the community, but also as an employee. It's a wonderful environment to work in.
Sure. So we talked about the school. We talked about the weatherization program. We talked about the Center for Financial Stability. Did I get that correct? We also talked about your different housing programs, like one for new homeowners. I got
correct,
that right?
And that's part of the Center for Financial Stability.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Our HUD certification, and then they also do financial counseling, coaching, and we do have an employment section to that, where we help folks that are looking for jobs, and we help them with resumes. We help them with.
Sounds like it could be its own agency. That Center for Financial Stability.
Truly. Sure. So they do amazing work out of there. The director, Gina Sanchez, is very connected to the community, and she herself is just incredible. So we do have, that program just blows me away every time I learn more about what they're doing.
Sure.
And then I was mentioning the Senior Center, which is our Village 1 and Village 2, or senior housing for adults 62 years or older, or adults with mobility disabilities. And that is off of Sunset, right behind the Meyer.
Right. Okay.
We have 67 units.
Okay.
And so
that's why you're about to talk about Sunset. So
yep. So it's
that's
right
great.
on Sunset.
Okay.
And
so you're also spreading out more geographically too, not just here in downtown.
Correct. So we have that, and so really we have birth to, cradle to grave services.
Great. Okay.
And then our early childhood education program, which is for kids 6 weeks old through 13-year-olds, because we have the before and after school program through there. But then we have the 3-year-olds, and then from there they move on to the charter school into 4K. So that's also an exciting program, and it's, through the years right now after COVID, had a lot of problems with staff like everybody else did. So we're finally seeing more of an increase, and we're hiring more people. So that program is on its way.
That's terrific.
To what it was before COVID.
Okay. So now we have a minute and a half for the next break, and I wanted to mention at one time there was a restaurant component, and that facility still exists.
Correct.
Is there discussion about returning to that?
No, there is not, unfortunately.
Beautiful facility.
It is gorgeous, yes.
And I know you still use it for your events.
So we use it for events, private events. Some of our donors, our corporate donors, use it for events for their employees. Okay. However, we have 300 meals a day that we're cooking out of the kitchen in there for the school and the early childhood, that it just doesn't, we can't run around.
So it's still being used,
Correct. The kitchen is being used.
Sure.
Just not the actual.
In terms of like a consumer restaurant
correct
type experience. Okay.
Yes, but it was when I remember coming in there and having lunch, and the food was phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, it looks very authentic.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It looks like a fun place to go and have a meal or a dinner, and
absolutely.
Or a margarita if you have your liquor license, I'm sure, for events.
Yes, we do, and it's a great space. So anybody that's looking for, we, like I said, we work with our corporate donors.
Okay,
sounds
great. Hey, when we come back on This Week in Waukesha, we're going to talk more about the gala that Maria's been working very hard on, along with the rest of her team at La Casa, as well as some other local news here in the Shaw. Don't go away.
was young, I knew everything. She a punk who rarely ever took advice. Now I'm guilt-stricken, sobbing with my head on the floor. Stopping babies.
Hey, we're back this week in Waukesha.
Full of rice.
And this is a song called Freshman by a band from East Lansing, Michigan called Verve Pipe. And as many of you know, I'm an alumnus of Michigan State University, and my heart certainly goes out to my alma mater and to Sparty Nation after that awful attack at gunpoint that happened earlier this week, which 3 students were killed and several more were injured, and as I understand, are still fighting for their lives, and continuing to keep my fellow Spartans, including a lot of friends who have children going to school there, keeping them in my thoughts and prayers. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's like you talk about 6 degrees of separation, and it's like, when is enough? And I have someone on hold that's waiting for me, and this is my friend Tyler Pudliner, who he was on the show with his mom Katie last year, and Tyler was one of the survivors of the Waukesha Christmas Parade attack back in November 21st, 2021, and so grateful Tyler survived, but he's also doing so much in the community now, and he's here to talk about Puddy. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Don. How are you?
Hey, buddy. Good. Hey, thanks for calling. You're here to talk about a promotion you're doing, right? Like a fundraiser?
Yeah, so after the parade, actually, first I want to congratulate Maria and the Casa de Esperanza for all the hard work they do in the community, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on during your busy schedule and make this announcement.
You are a class act, Tyler. This is a
attack,
senior at Waukesha South, by the way. So just
Thank you, Tyler. Welcome.
wise beyond his years. Well played, my friend. Go ahead.
After the parade attack, I started a nonprofit organization called the Bobblehead Bring Us Together Project. So if any listeners out there are big bobblehead collectors or fans, you can follow the page at Bobbleheads Bring Us Together Project on Facebook, and we have Instagram and Twitter. But I started a fundraiser after the death of Milwaukee police officer Peter Jerving, who was shot and killed last Tuesday morning, And we're doing a bobblehead fundraiser. We're collecting bids on different bobblehead auctions on our page until March 8th, which is the end of the 30-day grieving period. And 100% of the proceeds collected will go to the Jerving family and his girlfriend, Megan. So I just wanted to get all the listeners to check out the page, and if you're big bobblehead collectors or fans, make sure you get some bids going, and I said that's going until March 8th. So I wanted to thank you again, Don, for letting me make the announcement.
Yeah, I'm really glad you called, Tyler, and sorry I couldn't give you more time, but we'll have to have you back on the show real soon, and any developments on that, give us a call next week. Next week we're going to have Carroll University's head football coach, affectionately known as Coach Buddha, and one of his defensive coaches. Let me get to the names here. Bear with me a second. But, Garen Holly. And Garen will be running a minority coaches clinic in early March. So, call into that show, Tyler, and spread the word about all the great things. Carroll's head coach is Mike Budaszewski, and, again, affectionately known as Coach Buddha. So we're really excited about having them on the show next week. And, so, Tyler, tell us one more time the name of your fundraiser, please.
The organization is called the Bobblehead Bring Us Together Project, and then we're doing the Officer Jerving Memorial Fundraiser. It's on Facebook, but we do have Instagram and Twitter pages as well. So it's probably the easiest to find on Facebook, and then you can go everywhere else and visit our website at bobblestogether.com as well to get more information.
Sounds great. Tyler, I can't thank you enough for calling, and I'm going to have to connect you with Maria Wadina someday. I think you guys should partner up. There's a lot of great things you guys could be doing together for La Casa and for the Waukesha community. So thank you for all that you do in making Waukesha strong. Tyler Pudliner, thanks again.
Definitely.
Enjoy your Saturday, my friend.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
So, as I mentioned, Tyler's a senior at Waukesha South, and I just want to throw in a few more announcements. It was a very busy sports week here as the Black Shirt basketball team. They had a rescheduled game on Monday evening, which is a rare time for them to play, but they beat Port Washington. And then they were supposed to play Thursday night, but the snowstorm we had canceled the game. They rescheduled for 2 o'clock. So and they had to have it at Waukesha North because Waukesha South has a big state swim competition going on this weekend. So thanks to Carl Anderson, athletic director, who I met last night. We'll get to that in a second. But Waukesha South also beat McGuanago yesterday afternoon in a very impressive win. They've swept McGuanago and on a nice 2-game winning streak as they head into their last 2 games. Tuesday night is senior night as they host Menominee Falls. We will not be covering that game because we'll be covering the election primaries Tuesday night, and yours truly will be part of that coverage. But Thursday night, Calvin and I will be back as the Blackshirts finish out the regular season at Arrowhead. And then from there, we'll look and see what their playoff schedule looks like. So congratulations to Coach Bo Richter and their success so far in this season. And then Waukesha Wings. So busy sports week. I was at the basketball game yesterday, and then we went over to the pond in Brookfield where our Waukesha Wings, who won on Tuesday night, I was there. They beat KMMO 6-3 to advance to the playoffs as an 8th seed. And they lost a heartbreaker to number 1 seed, Brookfield Stars, 4-3. But it really was an exciting game. Had kind of that 1980 U.S. Olympic team feel to it because they were playing a team that much stronger, faster, outmatched them. And for a while there, they were leading in that game. And unfortunately for us, the Stars, pulled it out, but not by much. It came down to the last shot. Actually, we almost tied it. And the last, face-off of the game with 1.8 seconds left. But great season for the Wings, and looking forward to more great things from the Waukesha Wings, which is a combined team of all of the 4 Waukesha high schools. So anyway, back to Maria Wadina and La Casa de Esperanza. And before the break, we were talking about, what were we talking about again, Maria? Losing my mind here. We were talking about La Casa. So, well, let's just recap. We've been through all the different programs.
Correct.
Oh, I know we were talking about the food service and that
right,
beautiful
the
cafe
restaurant.
that you
Correct,
had. Yep,
correct,
yep.
correct.
So, and then we're going to lead into. So, what else can we talk about the gala though that people should get excited about?
Well, we mentioned the kids and the kids being the
Proceeds
MCs.
benefit. Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yes, and the proceeds for the gala will go to our charter school, which
Fantastic.
is one of the things that we're going to roll out is a campaign, a sponsor a child campaign.
Okay.
Which is, and I for some of your listeners, there is a discrepancy in. There's a difference between what we get for funding per student, where and we're still considered a public school, correct?
Right.
Or a charter school.
Sure.
But what a regular public school gets compared to what we get is about a $3,000 gap. So there is, we're going to roll out a campaign of $2,500 to sponsor a child to
Love
help with that gap.
Okay.
And 100% of those proceeds will go to the child.
I think
So
that's
it is
fantastic.
for different programs that we offer. We offer, like I said before and after school, but we have interventionists. We now rolled out our STEM and Project Lead the Way program this school year,
Right.
which, there's costs associated with that.
Sure.
There's field trips. There's so much that entails that gap. And
Right.
we're hoping to launch that during the gala this year and, hope that we have 100%. We have 230 students. If we could get 230 people, corporate donations, whatever it is, to help us cover that $2,500 gap,
Okay.
the school will be in good shape by next year. So that's going to be my crusade for this year, is trying to raise those funds
That's great.
to cover that.
Well, it's great how you've packaged that because it allows these foundations or these individual donors or these corporate charitable programs to directly touch the life of a child
Correct.
with that sponsorship or donation. So
Correct.
I love
And
that.
so that's going to be,
Sure.
that's going to be on the forefront of this next year, just
Okay.
so that everybody gets, that's going to be the flavor
So
of that.
now, if someone wants to participate, they either want to buy some tickets or can they buy a table or they want to sponsor? Who do they call or what do they do?
They can call myself. They can go into our website, lacasadeesperanza.org, and go under Annual Gala, and you'll see all the information. You'll see the invitation, and you can buy tickets right online, or you can give me a call at on my website or send me at our website and send me an email.
Terrific.
And it's all on our website.
That sounds great. So, and then are there also, in addition to the gala, are there also opportunities for people in the community to volunteer?
Absolutely. We are always, there's always volunteer opportunities within the charter school, with our Center for Financial Stability, especially in particular at this time of year. We're always looking for volunteers to help us with our tax services. That's huge. And I know that the team there will train with whatever role you want to partake in. And right now they're in full, tax mode.
Okay.
But for next year, they start taking applicants, November, October.
Sure.
So that's a great opportunity, not only to volunteer, but also to learn. I urge, young people to come and learn how to do taxes. It's a benefit not only for the community, but for themselves.
No doubt. That's
so
great.
that's, with that. So Gina's program typically has a lot of volunteer opportunities.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. So, want to let everybody know that here at the office of former Alderman Don Paul Brown, our resident legal expert has just arrived, James Santel, whose show Morning Cannolis is on after my show at 9 o'clock, so stick around. Jim's going to provide 2 hours of great discussion on the latest legal issues affecting us locally and nationally, as well as in our politics, in our government. So stick around for James Santel. And going to give Jim, on Jim's show, he always mentions historic dates, and I hope that he doesn't forget about February 22nd, 1980, which would be a 43rd anniversary. I hope he discusses that at length. So, but just throwing that out there for Jim. But anyway, so Maria, you were telling me before the show started how you first became involved with La Casa. Could you tell us about that again?
Yes, I became involved with La Casa in 2016. I was on the board of directors, and then I was also...
We haven't talked about this yet in the show, right?
No.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Yes, and then I was on their education committee. I was the chair of the education committee, and then the CEO at the time, Dr. Anselmo Villarreal, reached out to me and asked me if I would come on board as he was leaving. And so it's been an honor, and what started as a part-time job has been, it was easy. It's an easy transition for me because I fell in love with La Casa the moment I had my first tour.
Sure.
I was like, okay, sign me up. What do I do? What do you need? What can I do? So I'm passionate about the school. I'm passionate about education. I'm passionate about every child deserves an opportunity to have great education. And even though we have fantastic schools in Waukesha County, there's still an achievement gap between Black, brown students and those students of low income. So I think that's where we empower students, and we need to see, remember the mission for the school is to empower these students that would otherwise have been lost through the cracks in the regular public school system. We have small class sizes. So that's my passion is truly the school.
Sure. I love it. So now, do you do any other type of work in addition to your commitments at La Casa?
I have enough work with, I have a family I have 2 boys. I have a junior in high school and an 8th grader. So they keep me busy. So between my responsibilities at La Casa, I'm trying to juggle both. So yeah, that's my main thing is my family.
Sure. Okay. That's terrific. So, and Saturday, March 4th, what time does the gala start?
It starts at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Nice. And typically this event, will be there till 10 o'clock.
Great.
But
will there be live music too?
There will not, but you know what
Okay.
we will have hula dancers.
Nice.
So we are very excited during the 5 and 6 o'clock hour, during the cocktail hour. We will have hula dancers that will be getting us in the mood.
Sounds great. Okay. So when we return on This Week in Waukesha, Maria Wadina is going to tell us a little bit more about what to expect at the gala, as well as some other exciting developments going on at La Casa de Esparanza as the agency continues to grow and meet the changing needs of our local populations. So don't go away. This week.
Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less.
Speaking of Waukesha,
Keep me in your heart.
and this is
for a
Warren
while.
Zevon, who wrote this song shortly before he passed away, called "Keep Me in My Heart." Really tugs at the old heartstrings. And Warren Zevon, after many years of being overlooked, has been nominated to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And so I'm part of the campaign to elect him, to send him to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame posthumously. So, Calvin, that's another assignment for you. If you don't know Warren Zevon, make that your assignment to really check out his music. And he wrote a lot of great songs for other great artists too, before going on his own. So his impact on rock and roll is very far-reaching, as my good friend James Sentel will confirm when he comes on at 9 o'clock with Morning Cannoli. So, but hey, so we're winding things up here with Maria Wadina, who's from La Casa de Esperanza, Vice President of Community Engagement. So glad you can join us and for your gift of time this morning. And she's working very hard on promoting this is the 57th Annual Gala.
Correct.
So to give you an idea of how long the agency, because what year did the agency start?
1955.
1955. Is that right? Wow.
Yes.
So, and so it's one of the oldest community service agencies, perhaps in all of Waukesha, if not
Correct.
Waukesha County.
Yep.
So there is quite a legacy of service and support, and a lot of lives, generations of lives touched, and yet still so much more work to be done. And the gala's one of the pillars for how they raise awareness and support. And so I mentioned, Mayor Riley will be there. State Representative Scott Allen will be there. I forgot to mention my former colleague in the council, Cassie Rodriguez, I believe, probably has a seat or two. If not, we'll have to give her the full court press, because she's supported. She's been a longtime supporter of La Casa.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Yes, we have the community really rallies around La Casa in terms of, public officials, and we're very fortunate to have very good relationships with everybody.
Right. So, and a lot of, so I mentioned our elected leaders, but there's also a lot of business leaders that, like I said, you're honoring the Mallinger family, and there's, you talk about a great legacy of business success in Waukesha.
Absolutely.
And are there any other that come to mind that are worth mentioning, or?
Last year, our Legacy Award winner was Ken Reish from R&R Insurance, and
Wow.
he is another one of our big, not only financial supporters, but just he serves on our foundation board.
Love it.
And just such a great ambassador for La Casa, and
Sure.
always has his heart is at La Casa. So we're very, very, very fortunate to have him, and so many other people that make up, that group of donors that truly, the aloha is the theme this year,
Sure.
and it's.
Which means hello and goodbye in Hawaiian.
It does, but it actually also means breath of life when you
I
dig
love
into
that,
the
literally.
meaning.
Okay.
Correct, and that's why we picked that, because we wanted our donors to know that they're the breath of life.
Love it.
They're the, without them,
Sure.
we wouldn't be here. So that's being that the theme. That's what we want to portray, and our appreciation, our gratitude for everybody that gives to La Casa, whether it's their time, whether it's their treasure, their our board of directors and their wisdom and their.
Sure.
So we are very fortunate to be surrounded by so many people that
Yes.
we know at any point we can call and they have our backs.
That's great. Well, and there's new developments, right? And there's planning. And what is some of the things La Casa is working on now that you think the community should be aware of and may want to look at lending some support?
So one of the things that we're looking at, and as you know, your lovely wife works at the school, is we're trying to grow the school. So the school is my hopes and my goals for the school is that we're bursting at the seams, and we will eventually need to build a middle school. So I think the community will see in the next 2 to 3 years plans for building a middle school across the street from
Nice.
where it currently is.
Oh, to expand in the existing
Correct.
facility.
Correct. So we've been buying
Terrific.
some properties and kind of, planning, having our sights in that. So, that will be at some point a capital campaign to build a middle school. But again, that's what we need, and we need to be able to offer the best space for our children.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's in the horizon. And then, things always arise within the year and things change. And so we're excited about what this year brings. My main priority this year really is to bring new people, new corporate donors, looking at a recession possibly. We've been very fortunate in the last couple of years with some big grants that came along.
Terrific.
And were very helpful. But now we need to maintain those services that we provided because of those grants.
Right.
And to continue that, we need to have more funding. So that's my goal, is to really hit. And, and that's why I don't want to be a long kept secret anymore.
Yep. I hear you.
So we need to change that, and we need everybody to know who La Casa de Esperanza is in Waukesha. And honestly, a lot of people, even in Waukesha, do not know
You're right.
who we are.
And a great way to get to know the mission while also having a great time and a Hawaiian theme party.
Correct.
Is to join Maria and friends at La Casa's 57th Annual Gala, 5 o'clock, March 4th. That's 2 weeks from this Saturday, so you still have time to make plans. And it goes somewhat late into the evening. It'll be a lot of fun, some hula dancing.
Yes.
And we haven't even gotten to the fairs yet, but we'll kind of keep that mystery out there. In the 2 minutes remaining, Maria, is there anything else you want to mention that we haven't covered about the gala, about the mission that you can't leave without letting Waukesha know?
I think we're covering it. I think it's just getting the word out, getting the fact that we really service everybody in the community. And that we have so many different programs. I think people that do know about La Casa, sometimes they say, oh, yeah, you have a charter school, or you're a daycare, or they don't realize the vast amount of programming that we have. And I think that's really important for everybody to know, that we really cover everything. A lot of people are maybe, for whatever reason, like to give to a financial, more of the housing. So we really have a pocket for everybody. And there's so many philanthropic people in Waukesha that wherever their heart is, we probably have something for them to tie them.
All right. Maria Wadina, Vice President, Community Engagement, La Casa de Esperanza. Join her on her gala March 4th. Thank you for joining me. Hey, want to give a quick congratulations? Oh, you bet. Quick congratulations to Carroll University junior forward Josh Gonzaga of the men's soccer program, who was invited to the Philippines this week to try out for their U23 national football team. Best of luck. Carroll's football coaches will be on my show next Saturday. Please nominate-elect Warren Zevon to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maria Wadina of La Casa de Esperanza. Thanks again, everybody. Safety is everyone's responsibility, and see ya!